I'm going back to my workspace. Now, what I would like to discuss first is when I go to my new, it's showing something called as a paginated report, which is very important. So, in the scenario, first let's talk about the paginated reports. So, paginated report is something different, guys. They're not the normal reports. This paginated reports are also called as the pixel perfect reports. Pixel perfect reports. Okay, why they are called as the pixel perfect reports means these PageNet reports will fit exactly to the page. These PageNet reports going to fit exactly to the page. So, and these PageNet reports are designed using PageNet report builder. Sorry, Power BI report builder, not PageNet report builder. So we can't create them at the Power BI desktop level, guys. This page-native reports we cannot create at the Power BI desktop level. It's not possible. This page-native reports we could create at the Power BI report builder level, which is a different tool. It is similar to SSRS. It is similar to SSRS. I've shared you MSPA videos, just optional things. So if you have covered SSRS topics, okay, then you could easily understand this page-native report. So the Power BI report builder is similar to SSRS. So this PageNet reports, they're going to fit exactly to the page, exactly to the page. Okay, or the PageNet reports may be spanning across multiple pages. This PageNet reports may span across multiple pages. So spanning across multiple pages means the same content, whatever the content we are having, the same content, whatever the content we are having, it is going to spread across multiple pages. The same content going to spread across multiple pages. Okay, as the same content going to spread across multiple pages, as the same content going to spread across multiple pages. So this PageNet reports we mainly print into the accounting books. Usually, if you see any accounting books or if you see any auditing books, you will see the reports. So the reports will have the proper structure. The report is going to have the defined structure. The defined structure going to fit properly to all the pages, right? The defined structure going to fit properly to all the pages. So why they're going to fit properly to all the pages means because they're the pixel perfect. Means they're going to fit properly to the screen or properly to that printing device. Right. So now let's start creating this PageNet reports. In order to do that, first of all, we have to install the Power BI report builder. So my task one is installing the Power BI report builder. My task one is installing the Power BI report builder. So how to install that? So once you go to your Power BI service, in Power BI service, once you click on here, PageNet report. So it's asking us choose a data set to create your PageNet report. So I'm selecting here, let's say the region sales, and I'm just selecting here create PageNet report. So when I select here create PageNet report, so it's stating that editing mode only shows up to 500 rows. So switching to view mode or export the row, export the report to see all the rows. So it's stating that whenever you're building something, okay. So here when I'm trying to build something here, for example, from the orders, I'm taking here category, I'm taking here the market, I'm taking here profit, I'm taking here the sales. So where it is taking all the fields, it is taking all the fields here. Okay. So as it is taking here all the fields, so now you could able to see the report. Now you could able to see that report here. So this report is creating directly in the Power BI service. But usually the paginated reports we don't create at the Power BI service level. We usually create the Power BI report builder level. I'll come back to this again. But first of all, let's download and install the report builder. To do that, in your Power BI service window, you have the download option. Click on download and click on this download button. You will see something called as paginated report builder or Power BI report builder. Just click on it. Click on it, it will open a page where you can download the Power BI report builder. Yeah, I'm downloading it, Power BI report builder, and then I'm installing it. Okay, I'm just clicking on here next. I'm accepting the license agreement and then I'm clicking on here next. So I'm just clicking on here next and just click on installation of the Power BI report builder is quite simple, very easy. Just click on install. Right, so it has completed the Power BI report builder setup wizard. So after completion of the setup, we just need to open that. So now to open that, I'm closing this. Okay, to open that, just search for Power BI in our system. Okay, just search for Power BI report builder. So here I'm having the Power BI report builder. I'm just clicking on it. So I'm opening here the Power BI report builder. Yeah, Power BI report builder going to look like this. In the Power BI report builder, first of all, we need to specify what type of visualization we need to create. Okay, whether you want to create a table or chat or map or blank report. So this we can get in the later stage as well. So I'm just closing it. This is a simple interface of the Power BI report builder, guys. In the Power BI report builder, it contains the following sections. It contains the data sources, data sets, images, parameters, right? So all these things we have already covered in the Power BI desktop. Same options are there. So everything in the Power BI report builder starts with the data source. So in the Power BI report builder, okay, the steps to create the reports are, let me here write down the steps. So the steps to create a paginated report. For any paginated report, the steps are same. Step one is to create a data source. What the data source going to do? What the data source going to do? Data source defines the connection between, okay, it defines the connection between the Power BI report builder, and data source. In order to create report, what we need, in order to create report, we need to have the data. Where the data is there, the data is residing in a data source. So the first thing here, what we need to do is we need to add a connection. In order to add a connection, first of all, we have to create a data source. So after connecting to the data source, the next step is the data source can have different data sets. So create create a data set. Next step is create a data set. So what is a data set? Data set contains, what is a data set? Okay, the data set contains the data. Okay, contains the data. So data set, what it will do is it imports the required data into the Power BI report builder. So first step is establishing the connection to the data source. Next, importing the data. The next step is step 3 is creating a report. Creating a report. So using the report objects, what we can do is using the report objects and images. Okay, we can create the reports. And the next step is step 4, publish the reports. Publish the report. So we can publish the reports. There's 4 simple steps. So create a data source. Step 1. Step 2 is what? The step 2 is create a data set. The step 3 is creating a report. And the step 4 is publishing the report. Publishing the report. So now let's do it. So first, I'm adding a connection to the data source. I'm right clicking here. So usually from the Power BI report builder, we don't connect to an outside data source. We usually connect to the data sets available in the Power BI service. We can connect to the outside data source as well, but if we click on add a data source, it will show us the limited options like we can connect to the SQL Server, or we can connect to Oracle. We can connect here to the Azure and all the services. Apart from this, we cannot connect to the Snowflake, or we cannot connect to any other data sources. So what we will do is from Power BI desktop, we can connect to the data source and we'll publish the data source as a data set into the Power BI service. And that data set we can bring into the Power BI report builder. Because in the report builder, we cannot do any transformations as well. The first step is what? The first step is connecting to the data and transforming the data, right? That thing we are going to do at the Power BI desktop level or in the data flow. And then we are going to connect the transformed data in the form of a data set. So I'm connecting to the Power BI data set, the first step. Now it's asking me what? It's asking me here my user account. I'm providing here my user account. So now it's connecting to the Power BI service. Then asking us select a data set from the Power BI service. So I'm just selecting here the workspace. The workspace I'm using is PBI B16. In the PBI B16, which data set would you like to use? So here I would like to use, let's say, region sales. Selecting here, I'm using the region sales data set. So here I got the connection to this PBI B16 data source. Now, then here in the region sales, we are not seeing any fields. We need to get that from a data set. Just right click here, add a data set. After adding the data source, we need to add the data set. So naming it as region data. You can take any data like this. So here the data set will choose the data from the data set will choose the data from the will choose the connection from the data source. So the data set will ask the connection details from the data source. Here, going to specify that. And then I'm going here to the query designer. You have to click on the query designer to see your fields. So query designer is the place where we can select the required columns, or we can hide the unnecessary columns, or if you want to create any DAX measures, you can create here the DAX measures. You can do all those things. So in the orders table, I have so many columns like category, okay, city, country. I have so many columns, right? So if you want only few columns, you can just drag and drop those columns here. I want category, I want market, I want profit, I want sales, I want segment, I want ship mode, I want shipping cost, I want subcategory. Okay, I want these fields. I want a quantity as well. So click on an execute query to see the results. So I do want only these few fields, and then I'm just clicking on OK. So now it will take only these fields, even though my tables are having so many fields, it will take now only these fields. If you don't want to design a query, you can just click on the import. It will import both the tables. You can just click on import. Import is same like the import connection. Just clicking on OK. It is stating that specify a valid name. Okay, because in the name here I've taken region space data, space is not allowed. So report builder, in the report builder, the space is not allowed, guys. So I'm just clicking on here, okay. So now here I got all the fields. So here I got the connection, and here I got here all the fields. Okay, perfect. Now which visual you want after having the, what are the steps? First step is data source, second step is data set, the third step is what? Report. So the report is available in the insert section. Which report you want? You want a table, you want a matrix, or you want a chart? Charts we can create at the Power BI desktop level. You don't need to use these charts. Mostly here we're going to create tables or matrix. So here I'm inserting a table wizard. So just you can just instead of, you can just simply go to the table, click on drop down here, insert a table. You can insert the table here like this. You can just drag it and drop it like this. And to the table, you can choose all your fields. So I'm taking here category, I'm taking here the market, I'm taking here the segment, and then I'm taking here the sales, and then I'm taking here the profit. So here I'm taking now the fields like this. So a simple report I'm creating now, you can format it. The entire column, select here the first row indicates the columns. Click on the columns, it's showing here the formatting options. So here you can add the color of this. Color, I'm bolding it. Okay. And then I'm adding the shading to it. So color of it, I'm changing that to white. For shading instead of black, I'm going to the more colors. Okay, I'm taking this and I'm changing the alignment to center. Okay, for the values also, changing alignment to center. Right. After doing the little bit formatting like this, here, if you want to view the report, you have to click on run. To view the report, you have to click on here run. Just click on here run to view the report. Yeah, now the report is looking like this. Okay, see the report is now looking like this. So if you want to publish this, you can go to the design section and here you have publish. Just click on publish. You can publish to your workspace. You might get one doubt. This report we can create in the Power BI desktop also, right? So why we have to use, so we have to give the file name. So we have to save it. So page report one, I'm naming it as. Okay. So I'm publishing with the page report one. You can see here the Paginated Report extension is .rdl. Okay. So it got successfully published. So always the Paginated reports get saved with the extension of important note point is Power BI reports have an extension of .pbix. Okay. Whereas Paginated reports are having the extension of .rdl. RDL stands for report definition layer. .rdl stands for report definition layer. Okay. So I'm just going back here. So when I go back to my Power BI service, now we have published that. I'm just going back to the workspace. So page report one, you could see that Paginated report. So now here you got the report. Now here you got the report. You might get one doubt. The same report we can create at the desktop also, right? Why we have to use the Paginated report? The only answer is whenever you export a Paginated report, here you have an option of export rate. Whenever you export into the Excel file, so there is no data limit. Whenever you export the normal report, for example, here I'm exporting this normal report. This is normal report design in the Power BI. So when I export this into an Excel file, so maximum Power BI can export only up to 1,50,000 rows. When you click on here, analyze, sorry, not analyze in Excel. So when I click on that report, when you just click on here, more options, and when you click on export data, for the normal report, when you click on here, export data, okay, now you could see here in the Excel format, there is a row limit. So that we can export the data only up to 1,50,000 rows. So important point is normal Power BI reports data can export to 1,50,000 rows max. And 1,50,000 rows in Excel. In Excel, we can export to only 1,50,000 rows. Whereas in PageNet reports, there is no, I think we can export up to 5 lakh rows. In PageNet reports, we can export the data more than that. More than 1,50,000 rows. So this is one common thing is usually how the end user is going to work in the real time is they'll again export this data into the Excel and they will do their own analysis. When they're exporting the data into the Excel, if the report is having more than 1,50,000 rows, It won't export. It'll export up to only 1,50,000 rows. But if they want to see the complete data means, so the way to get the complete data into the Excel is with the help of the paginated report. And in the Power BI desktop, it's very flexible. You can create different pages, right? We can create a different pages. But in the PageNet report builder, we cannot create different pages. That's it. Here, this report is having only this. This RDL file is having only this report. If you want to create a new report, means again I have to go to File and I have to open a new one. So I cannot create a different pages. That is a major problem of the PageNet report builder. In the Power BI report builder, we cannot create multiple pages, guys. Okay, right? And the same PageNet reports we can create at the Power BI service level. My next task is creating the PageNet reports at the Power BI service level. So my next task is PageNet reports at the Power BI service level. So creation of PageNet reports. The creation of the PageNet reports at the Power BI service level. I'm just going back here to the workspace again. The workspace now, I'm just selecting here new. I'm selecting here new PageNet report. I'm creating here PageNet report. Let's say from. I'm selecting a G sales. Audit. I'm just selecting a create PageNet report. It's simply stating here create a PageNet report with your data. Select a field from your data pane. So it's asking us select a field from this data pane. Okay. So from my data pane, I'm just going to the category name. I'm selecting your category name. And then I'm going to the customers, selecting here the customer name is not there. No. And in the employees, I'm just selecting here the employee title. It's stating that the relationship is not there. So these tables are not having the relationship. If the tables are not having the relationship, you could see here it's giving an error. Can't determine a relationship between the selected tables. Please uncheck your last selection. So looks like there is no relationship here for the tables. You forgot to add the relationship. So let's use a different data source then. I'm just selecting here new again, selecting the PageNet report. So I have let me use this WFoods report. So I'm using a different data source here. I'm going to the customers. I'm taking here customer full name. And then I'm going here to the products. I'm taking here customer products. Going to the transactions. I'm taking here total revenue. I'm going to the returns. I'm taking here taking a store name as well. You can add the data fields as well here. So you can filter down here as well. Okay, let me take this simple report. So now what we're doing is we're building it. Let me take the store name about the total revenue. And you can do here the formatting as well. You can take style with the minimal borders like this. So at the Power BI service level, we got some better options, guys. I mean, in fact, easy options. I'm taking this formatting. So now in the top, we are in the inserting mode. Sorry, we're in the editing mode. If you want to see it in the view mode, once go back to the view, let's say changes. So page 2, I'm saving into the workspace, PBI B16 dev workspace. Selecting a view report. Still loading the report. Yeah. Now I could see here it's showing us a report like this. Okay, it's showing the first page. If we go to the next page, so why they're called as the paginated reports means they fit exactly to the page case. In the second page also, it's showing me like this. Okay, and if we go to the third page, like this, these reports are spreading across different pages. These reports are spanning across different pages like this. And if we go to the last page, still taking time because probably we have multiple pages. The PageNet report can span across multiple pages. Why they're called as the PageNet reports means they'll fit exactly to the page. You don't need to scroll across or you don't need to move the page all the way to the right or left. It's taking a lot of time. I'm just refreshing the page.
We are able to directly build this paginated report here in the service itself, no sir. Uh, then why
Yeah.
we need to download and install this report builder, sir?
In the service, if you do the PageNet report, see how much time it is taking. But if you
Okay,
do the
okay,
same thing in the Power BI report builder, it will be very fast.
okay, got it, sir.
So now here I got this report. So when I print it, when I export this, and when I take it into the PDF, you can edit the names, you can change the names. I mean, you can remove the underscore, you can do all the formatting. So it's taking into the PDF. It's taking some time again. Okay, let it run here. And the other browser, again, I'm opening that. The new tab here, again, I'm opening the Power BI. So I'm opening this space too. Yeah. If you want to edit it, you can just simply go here and you can go to editing that. And here you can, in building this, you can just format it. So you can format it or you can just double click on it. You can change the names. No, looks like in formatting, we don't have an option to format this. Again, this is not possible at the service level. This we can do at the Power BI report builder level if you want to change the names or if you want to change the formatting. So here, the limited options are there is. If a data set is properly structured, then you can use the data set. But if you want to format it or if you want to change the alignments, then we don't have those formatting options here, as you could see. And also here, you have an option of your view. You can view in the web layout. You can currently it is showing in the print layout. And here, more importantly, we have the insert. You can insert an image here, like inserting the company logos, or you can insert here the text box to add some title like that. Okay, here we got the limited options. We cannot do properly here all the things. Okay, so the best way to create the PageNet report is at the Power BI report builder level where you can do all the things. As shown here, you can format the things, you can change the names here, Okay. You can go to field properties. You can right click on the field. You can go to field properties. You can just rename the field here, right? You can do whatever you want. But that is not possible here in the Power BI service directly. So I'm just going back there. So it looks like it has downloaded. Yeah, I'm just opening the file, page 2. You can see here it is having 8,638 pages. So if you print this data would come in 8,638 pages. But if you see in every page, it is properly fitted, right? Formatting, everything got properly fitted. That is the main benefit of this Paginated reports. So when you export it into an Excel, also export into an Excel, which is a common thing.
So directly can we export from report builder?
No, how the user going to access your report builder? You
Okay,
have done the development in your laptop. Let's say you are in India and your client is in US. How he is going to access your laptop from US? So that's
got it.
why after creating the report, you have to publish that report into the Power BI service. So when you run the report, here you have an option of export here, but that is local to you. The user cannot export this, right? Yeah, it's exporting into Excel. It'll take some time. So when I'm exporting into Excel, it didn't show me any limit, like it will export maximum of 1 lakh and those like that, right? So that's the next advantage. There is no data limit in terms of the exportation with regards to the Excel. So we're almost done with the model 5, guess. I just need one more class to complete it. So now it has exported the data in the form of an Excel, so almost 8 MB data, but let's see how many rows we have got in the Excel. Still loading. So now we got the data here. Let's see how many rows it has got. Now let's see here how many we have got. You could see the right side, see it has exported here almost 2,62,000 rows, which is not possible with the normal reporting. Right. This is the main advantage with the Paginated reports. It's all about the Paginated reports.